I'm going to show you guys how to get to the FAQ section. There's two ways you can get the FAQ section. You get started, go to FAQ, or you go to FAQ over here. I'm just going to click this one and we're going to get rocket and rolling. So I read the first 6 slides of the FAQ section. Okay. And we go from there. Do my letters need to be printed in color? No, your letters do not have to be printed in color. And yes, you can print on both sides. Do I have to staple my letters? No. Do I have to mail my letters all together? Mail your letters in separate envelopes if the letters are going to the same address. Do I mail my letters certified? Personal preference. I always say this, do what's right for your pocket. So always do what's right for your pocket. If mailing it standard is better, then do mailing standard. If you got a little extra cash and you want to do the certified option, always do the certified option. That's my professional opinion. You have a tracking number, you're able to track it to when it gets to the bureau. How are you supposed to know if it arrived or not if you can't see when it's there? So that's, again, professional opinion. Also, if you have extra cash. If you don't have extra cash, mailing it standard is just fine. Just fine. What credit monitoring services can I use? We have 4 options in the software that you can use. My Free Score Now, Identity IQ, Smart Credit, My Score IQ. Ladies and gentlemen, we only use My Free Score Now. Yes, all these options are here, but My Free Score Now is the best because it allows for you to retain the Epic Pro report, and the Epic Pro report is the most aggressive report, which gives you access to the most aggressive attack. So because that's there, excuse me, because that's there, that's the report you want to use. Oh, sorry, give me a second, guys. I sneeze. Apologize, I had to sneeze. When will I see results? Try not to judge results until after your 4th round has been mailed. How often are trainings? Trainings are held on Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m., Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m., and Saturday at 11 a.m. Hey, we're in the Saturday one. How will I get a link for training? Link for training will always be posted in the M2 Facebook group, and links are located on the home screen of your software. Now, for everybody that came through another group via school, GHL, communities, whatever it is, yes, your community has that. There's also the school links and all that stuff, but the majority of the way that you guys can get in is right here. Um, want a live walkthrough, just come over here and click this link. That's the easiest way to get in. Now, I posted a question in the group, but it did not get posted. Allow the team 24 hours to make sure that it meets the community standards. Again, if you're wondering what group got questions, the free communities right here on the dashboard, just click that. How do I purchase more individual attacks? On the M2 software, you will click pricing, include additional attacks to purchase more. Just to give you guys an idea. Pricing, purchase additional attacks. It's right here. How do I upgrade or downgrade my subscription? Now, before I read this, thank you, William. Before I go and read this, I want everybody to understand this. I explain this to everybody that comes into this class. Make sure you're done with your subscription before you go up or down. And what does that mean? Okay. If you cancel your subscription, which needs to be done, okay? If you cancel your subscription and say, "Oh, I needed to generate 2 more in tax for this month, but I'm gonna generate, I want to upgrade per se, right?" And you run out of the house, you forget the upgrade, you come back, you're like, "Oh, you know what? I don't want to upgrade. I'm just gonna stay where I'm at." And you canceled, you can't get back into the attack area. You can't get back into what you were doing. So what I always tell everybody is make sure you're done with your subscription. Okay. This will generate the credit repair letters that you need to send to the bureau. Yes, Jamal. Make sure you're done with your subscription. Once you're done with your subscription, then that's when you upgrade or downgrade. So I always like to say that because when you cancel, you're not getting it back. So always make sure you cancel before you, excuse me, before you upgrade. Excuse me. Before you downgrade. Okay. Now, how do I upgrade or downgrade my subscription? Now, before I go and read this, I want everybody to understand this. I explained this to everybody that before you upgrade or downgrade. How can I locate the letters that have been generated? In the Send Rounds of Attack tab, click on the profile name, locate the letters previous generated. How do I pay for the software to mail your letters? Before you generate your letters, you pick a PAMS member on the Printing and Mailing Service tab, and you will receive an invoice in 24 hours. My team, because I am one of the providers, if they sent you an invoice in 24 hours, something is catastrophically wrong and you went to the wrong place. We send it to you in a matter of 10 minutes. If it's not out in 10 minutes, I will give you a phone number at the end of class today, which will what you call it, which will you guys can get in touch with us directly and say, hey, look, I sent in my rounds of attack. I haven't heard anything. Can somebody let me know what's going on? As long as you send it to us, there are 3 different companies that work in this software. It's not one PAMS provider, it's 3 different companies. And I'll talk more about the printing when we get to that point. And we'll go from there. How many attacks do I use each round? 1 attack will be used per round, per profile. This will attack all negative items in the account. So, guys, this is confuses everybody. So I'm going to break it down for everybody in the simplest thing and put a 5 in the chat if you understand this. If you don't understand it, okay, raise your hand, come off mute. I'm gonna ask you where you lost. I want to explain this to you. Okay. Everybody has a profile that they will upload, right? That profile that they're gonna upload is gonna have all the negative items on it. The software will generate an unlimited amount of unlimited amount of letters and pages for an unlimited amount of negative items for that singular profile. So if you upload your profile today, I'm going to use Sherman as the example because he's the only one that's got his camera on. Okay. Thank you, Sherman. I'm sorry. I'm not going to, I didn't mean it. But Sherman's got a camera on right now. Sherman comes to me and he uploads his credit report. And Sherman's got 1,000,000 negative items on his credit report. Well, the software is going to generate 3 million letters and it's going to generate 30 million pages per 1 token or 1 general attack. That's the name of the thing. So I'm going to explain that one more time. Sherman comes in, he's got another client, okay? And Sherman puts another client, and that person's got 30,000 or 10,000 negative items. It's going to generate 30,000 letters and 300,000 pages for that same 1 token. Does that make sense? He used 2 tokens. Put a 5 in the chat if that makes sense. This AI will generate a massive amount of letters and pages for your system, but you have to understand it's per singular profile. Now, I'm going to throw a caveat in there. If you mess up and put the wrong thing in, it will still generate all of that, but now you lose that round. I'll explain that more in detail when we get into the software. But as long as you guys understand that piece, you guys are ahead of everybody else. I promise you. What are individual attacks? These are the letters that are created to attack the problematic accounts reported on your credit report. Do I need to attach a copy of my ID, social card, and address? Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't, they will send you back a letter that says you have not attached it. So don't waste your time and don't attach it. Okay. And then this is my last page. I love reading the one. How often do you send out a round of attack? Round of attack should be mailed out every 15 to 30 days. Do I need to remove the accounts, the positive accounts listed on my credit report? No, the AI system will be able to handle it. And then do I need to check the green boxes in the do-it-yourself option? More effective, will create more letters. Again, always do what's right for your pocket. Okay. Do not attach PDFs. Yes, we'll get to that piece. I'll explain that when we actually get into the software. Um, because it's easier to explain over here where can everybody see it. So, oops, I gotta log in. Woohoo, I'm here. All right, so ready? Most important page. Dion. This is the person's name, email address, which is also their username, And that general attacks, aka tokens I was talking about before. This is that. Okay. So when we're looking at this, when we're looking at this and we see this and we see that 980, we know that this person has 980 attacks and they can attack 980 credit profiles. I showed you guys the community. If you have any technical software questions, you hit some more support ticket. And then these are the two walkthroughs that are provided on the Phenom software. This is the only one that's provided on all the softwares, while this one is provided just for Phenom alone. Okay. Questions on this page, throw a hand up. If not, put a 1 in the chat. Let's move forward. Awesome. Get started tab, where we have the ability for everybody to go through videos and get a refresher in case that they get lost. These are all here. You can go through them at any point in time. Just watch them personally, necessarily. Once you come to this class, we go a little more in depth than the videos do. These are just get started. That's what that is. But once you have the class, we'll give you access to the YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube channel, watch the videos on the YouTube channel. We go through all these classes are posted every I think every time that we have a class, my team posts all those videos up on YouTube. You'll watch that at any time. Ray will drop the link at the end of the class just so everybody can get it. Now I'm going to go into one of the most important sections to get started. Okay? I am not going to talk poo-poo about any package, but there is a package that is not created equally. Okay? The package that is not created equally, that is not made for people to actually get started, is this one right here. Oop, let me make my color orange. Sorry. This one right here. Why? This one is the downgrade package. And everybody's heard me talk about that. That's been in the class before. This is your downgrade package. I've ran the software. I understand a little bit about the software. And I downgrade to this package when I don't have the people or the clients that I need. I downgrade and I get an extra. I just get one token and I'm able just to have my subscription. Okay. The camera followed me, didn't it? Damn it. Apologize. That was disgusting. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Um, when I'm talking about this over here, this package over here is the one that we don't want. And I'll explain to you why you don't want to get started with this one. You have 97. You're going to make 2 errors. The 2 errors, each error is going to cost you $40. In the long run, this package to get started is going to cost you $177, aka $30 more, and you get an extra token in this one. So the tokens in this one are 4, 8, 17, 30, and 100. These packages do this one's 1 to 2 people. This one's 2 to 4, 10, 15, and 50. Now, I know an FAQ is about to come out real quickly. Here's the thing. Each of these tokens that they're giving, each of these things or general attacks that they're giving you is the access to that token to pay the AI to generate the letter. When you generate the letter with the AI, right, you're gonna be wobbly in the beginning. Even if you take 100 of these classes, you're gonna be wobbly to understand. Yes, you have 1 month to use it, DeMarco. Okay, you're gonna be wobbly. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that if you're using this for 2 months, get yourself 2 months, right? Then downgrade. Now you understand how to use the software, or I'm not really doing it. I'm just doing it for myself. Still, stay here for 2 months, go over here. I've made plenty of errors in class while I was doing um while I was doing The software, just me, and swear, wasn't me not focusing or anything. It was just me going fast. Life be lifing. And I made an error and I've generated letters and utilized the token. Now, it happens to everybody. It's not just me. I've seen it with people that generate and send us letters all the time. We double check the letters for you, but you always want to make sure that you have enough tokens because purchasing another one is going to get you annoyed. And I know a lot of clients get annoyed when it does this. So always start with this package, professional opinion over here. And I wouldn't tell you something that I wouldn't do for myself. Here's my own software. I have my own version of M2. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Make sure I'm logged in. Here you go. I have my own version of M2. I'm going to go to the pricing section. Select subscription. Here. I pay $147. I've been paying $147 since June 13th. So I would never ever tell anybody in this room, anybody, something I wouldn't do. Personally, this is something I do. Start here. No need to downgrade if you don't have to. Stack the GAs, wait until the clients come in, and then go forward. If you're not getting clients, you're just taking care of family members, even better. Okay? Cool? Cool. Here's your report scoreboard. This is where all your credit reports are going to be pulled. You go over here, pull that here, and you're ready to rock and roll. Now, I'm going to get into one of the most important areas in here. This is the attack area. This is not the attack. This is manage all profiles area. This is where we create a profile. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get up. I have a board that I write things on that I can actually go up and write it on the board. Okay. When I go up to the board, I'm not going to be able to see anything. Ray's gonna be able to unmute you if you do have a question. I don't know if Ray's still here. He
I'm
is.
here.
Okay. Okay. I don't see your camera. That's why I'm like, where is he? Uh, Ray will be able to see you, but I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna teach you guys how to set up a profile. Okay, perfectly. Right? Ready? When I click add profile, I'll come over here and now I'm gonna go up to the board. So you guys are gonna see me disappear. Okay. So I like to do this in colors. And what I like to do is I like to break this down into 3 different colors. So you guys understand there's 3 different documents that need to be utilized to get your profile set up correctly. Document 1 is going to be your ID, okay? Or passport, or driver's license DL, okay? And they're going to go in only the information in these boxes, right? These 3 boxes right here. This is the only information that I care about. Okay. I do not care to put this information anywhere else. So I'm going to put first name and middle name in this box. Middle name, last name and suffix in this box. Okay. So John, Joe, Smith, Jr. Date of birth 01/01/1990. Okay. Now, that is the easiest way to go through this and say to you guys, excuse me, and say to you guys that this is this person. This is what's on their ID. Now, why do I say that? Without knowing, without looking in the monitor, right? Ray, come off mute and tell me if this happens, right? I'm going to say this to everybody. Be honest right now, okay? I guarantee there's one person in the group right now that has their ID that doesn't match at the current address that they're living at. Put a 1 in the chat if your ID doesn't match the current address that you're living at. I know you guys can't see me, but my hand is raised because my current address does not match my ID. So I'm at least 1. How many ones do we have? Count, Ray. How many ones?
1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 4.
We have 4. We have 4 people in the room right now that this pertains to you. This is why I do this. And if I explain it this way, It doesn't matter if your ID matches your address, because if you do it this way, you will never, ever make a mistake in this software. This is how people make mistakes. So if you run it this way, after you do the ID, passport, or driver's license, you take this information off, you take that, you put it down to the side. Do not look at it again. Let's go to the next color. The next color is going to be orange, and that's going to be your social security card. Well, you do your SSC or W-2, okay? Or first page of your tax form, okay? Or tax, okay? Right? 000000012. Okay. Now, some people are going to be wise with me in here and tell me you got to fill in the phone number. Okay, so I'm going to fill in the phone number over here. Ready? All right. Perfect. That's the phone number. Now, what color do I normally use for this? Is green. Ready? The last piece, this is your proof of address. This is how you prove where you live. Okay. And this is the one that everybody messes up. So POA. Not power of attorney. It's proof of address. Why am I doing this? Because I'm going to show you how people make a mistake. I live at 8 Northwest Frog Lane, APT 2B. Everything is spelled out. Everything is spelled out. You don't leave any ambiguity for the Bureau. You don't give them the opportunity to tell you that, oh, that's not right, or though this is this, or that. Nope, you don't give them that. No, kiss my butt. Okay, being very frugal. Kiss my butt. You're not going to do that. When you send that letter, you're going to send that letter with perfection. Okay, that when they're going to look at it, they're either going to stall you out immediately or they're going to start your investigation. Our goal is for them to start the investigation. Now, we can't pick if we're going to get a stall letter or an investigation, but we can try our best by giving them all the data that they need to do to make sure that they start the investigation. Okay. Now, your city. This is the biggest one. Um, who in here, so I can use an actual um, uh, live example, has a city that if they're sitting in their city right now currently, that if they go a little bit to the left, it's one city's then, and if they go a little bit to the right, even though it's the same city, it's a different city. Mr. Morris, I don't know how to pronounce it. What's that city? Tell me. Come off mute. Ray, unmute him.
Mr. Morris.
Mandine
Yeah,
Morris.
yeah, you can unmute yourself now.
Grand Forks. What's the name of the city that if you do Grand Forks, what's the other city name?
East Grand Foss.
Okay, so East Grand Forks and Grand Forks. This is huge, guys. So I'm using his example just to let you guys know. If you put East Grand Forks, right? But your proof of address says Grand Forks,
Yes.
the bureau and the letter that you send in to verify who you are, they'll send you back a letter that says that the address verification is incorrect. So I used New York, for example. New York City has Manhattan. Okay, that's the actual what New York City is called. That's the borough. Okay, but everybody knows it as New York City, right? It's just New York. And then over here in the state, it's New York. Now, 10038. Okay. If my proof of address says Manhattan, I'm going to use Manhattan. But if my proof of address says New York, I'm going to use New York. You need to make sure whatever's on the proof of address, you utilize. Well, my ID says something else. ID is only for the blue boxes. That's why I'm drawing this in different colors. That's why I'm trying to explain to you guys that this is the most important section. When Ray is overlooking your letter, when you send in a letter for it to be whatchamacallit, it to be processed, and Ray overlooks your letter and he sees your letter, excuse me, and he sees that you have a problem with your letter, that your address doesn't match, he's going to deny your letter immediately, especially with us. I can't talk about the other people, but with us, he'll deny your letter. He'll send it back to you and say your address match verification doesn't match. You've got to get a proof of address that matches, or the way that you put it into the software has to match. So your thing is, we're stopping you and making sure that all your stuff matches before it goes out. So now after you're done, you're going to scroll down to the bottom over here. You're going to add your My Free School Now username, which is usually the email address, and then password. And then after you do that, you're going to choose your files over here and you're going to click save. Now, this is what William was saying before. He's choosing his files, but it's not showing up. So when you click save, it should look like this. Should be in here. William, you're not seeing it here. I'm going to ask you to unmute. You're not seeing it in the client profile section over here.
Right. I'm not, it's not appearing.
Do me a favor. Click any, see if you have any red X's or these,
Yep.
or
So
whatever.
I
Nothing.
have this one. I mean, I have the X's, all the X's shows, and what's that?
Click all the X's, delete everything, re-upload everything from here. Click choose file, choose file, and then click save at the bottom.
Okay.
And then tell me if that works after. I'll get to you after class. So this is what a perfect profile looks. This is what a perfect profile looks like, guys. Ready? First name, middle name, last name. Okay. Date of birth, social security number, phone number, address. Okay. New York, 1038. Okay. Now, how do I do this? Look, this one ID does not match where they're from. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so everybody can see this. Okay. Look, ID, social security card, and then proof of address. Look at the proof of address. I did this purposefully. Mina Miller, 25-25 Pearl Street, New York, 1038. And this is exactly how I go through it. This is how I go through it every single time. I have all the documents and I follow what the document says. Once it's done, here's a passport card if you have a passport card to be able to utilize that. Mr. Malik said that this is a hack. This is a very, very old hack. And this hack actually gets rid of the previous address that's located over here. Click save over here. Always click save, guys. I don't care what you do. Always click save. Because if you don't click save and say you make a change up here, you do something, it will not take. It will not take. So click save. Let that go out. And now we're going to go into the most important section of the whole thing. Okay. I sent in my hardcover ID with an account connected to a chart. Oh, that's you, Tony. Trying to charge off, but I just got a new ID with my current address with affected to it. Just change all your stuff, buddy. Just change all your stuff and make sure that it's all matching the new address with all the stuff that you had. I didn't hear what you were saying, but thank you for typing it in. That made it a lot easier. Okay. We're done. I'm gonna go to say, look, I'll go through the set connection portal. I'm gonna go quick. If you get a text message, use the portal for texting. Here's where it comes. If you use it for email communication, here's where it comes. If you do a support ticket, you click add support ticket. This is where you can do it. Okay, that's where it goes. Pam's invoices go here. My team doesn't do it because we send it to you via via text message. So always make sure you fill out your stuff with us via you have your perfect phone number, and then manage template and email. That's how you build an email on a thing over here, and it's very easy. Just come over here. I'm gonna write test account 6, and then I'm gonna write my name is first name. My user name is username. Phone number is, and boom, upload content. I'm done. It works the same way for the email address. I know I'm going fast, but I want to get to the send rounds of attack before we hit the top of the hour, which means I got 21 minutes to teach you guys how to do an attack. Okay, send rounds of attack. Ready? If you haven't generated an attack yet, over here will be empty. If you have, this is where your clients, all letters will go for your clients. Every attack that you generated is right in this account. Okay? So just letting everybody know, how did I get there? I just go to the client's name that I've generated a letter, click on it, and all my previous letters are here. Okay? Now, I'm done. I want to not generate a client. I want to go into the attack area. I want to generate my first letter. Now, James, this is what we were talking about before, test account. If you have done everything correctly, I promise you like this. If you have done everything correctly and you want the AI to generate a basic attack that we call shake the tree, literally you click over here, the AI pops up. You literally click my team to print for you. You type in TPMPA. That's a discount code for everybody over here. We change the pricing section for you and click generate. You're done. 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean literally 30 seconds. That's literally it. You click generate. Now you don't have to do anything. You wait for the invoice to come. You pay your invoice for the printing. And once you pay the invoice for the printing, what happens? We handle everything else for you. We get it to the post office. We handle all that stuff. So you don't have to do that. Yeah. So when you guys are doing this, remember that. Ali Badi, TPMPA, and you're ready to rock and roll. As easy as that. And there's people in here that have already printed with us, so you know the type of service that we already do. So that's the key right there. Okay. Maximum efficiency focus. This is just the very basic attack. Okay. Put that in. It's a 30 seconds of your time. So for somebody that's running 100 clients, you could generate 100 clients in what? 30 minutes? 30 minutes? I'd say 30 minutes, yeah, give or take. You could run through 100 clients in about 30 minutes on a basic attack. That's it. Okay. Now, what are we today? What am I teaching everybody how to be? Write it in the chat. What am I teaching everybody how to be today? There we go. Power users. Power users don't focus on the AI. They control the AI. These are AIs that are set by the system. I don't like them. I don't use them. I don't teach them. We control the AI. So that only leaves one box over here. If we got rid of these two boxes, only lives one box. We're going to do it yourself. Okay. Everybody see that do it yourself box? Everybody see that do it yourself box? We're the power users, right? So we're going to click on it. We're going to click on that. We're going to leave this over here, TPMPA, and click that. And now we're going to go down to the bottom and we're going to click generate. What's going to happen is it's going to take us to the AI screen. And when it takes us to the AI screen, now we have access to everything. Now, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get my behind up out of this chair. I'm going to walk over to the screen. I'm going to start talking to you guys from the screen. Raise your hand if you're confused about something or need me to stop. Ray will let me know. He'll tell me to shut up or stop moving. Okay, ready? This is your AI. Right here. This box right here is your AI. And because this box right here is your AI, this is your attack number. Just read it over here. So your work to execute, remember, is your AI, right? So I know for every software, this one that I just turned on is the most aggressive AI. So it doesn't matter what software you're in, it doesn't matter what you're doing, okay? Remember, MPEP is the most aggressive attack. That's why we pull that Epic Pro report. That Epic Pro report is right here. You can see it right there. Okay, so now I want everybody to write in the chat MPEP. Okay, why? We write it, we speak it into existence. We know that MPEP is the most aggressive attack. MPEP, MPEP. Let's go. I see a bunch of MPEPs coming in. Perfect. MPEPs is the most aggressive attack. And that's what we're going to be utilizing every single time. So let's get rid of these boxes. Now we selected MPEP. We're at round one. Let's select round one. Okay. When we select round one, here's the thing. Everybody's going to get confused over here. Okay. I'm not going to touch anything over here. I'm just going to hit next at the bottom. Why am I going to hit next? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's on the credit report. If I don't know what's on the credit report, how can I truly attack what's on this credit report? Now, I want everybody to read that box over there, or I'll read it to you. It says a bunch of numbers. Please verify creditor addresses for the following content boxes. By default, any not edited DF destinations mismatch will be left blank on the end result letter. To edit, simply select the adequate available creditor from the drop-down list or select other options or manually insert adequate destination. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't ever teach you how to dispute a creditor because 99.9% of the time, their printing address is incorrect. And because their printing address is incorrect, why would we dispute something that's incorrect? So we don't waste time with that garbage. Okay. I don't waste time with that something that's going to waste you money. So let's go over here and let's read this credit report, right? It's going to be simple. I want everybody in the chat, to follow along. I'm going to teach everybody how to do this. Okay. Let me know what's going on. But I want everybody in the chat to do this. Ready? I'm going to show you guys something. In the bottom over here, there is an arrow on every single software. You see this arrow? Put a 1 in the chat if you see that arrow. Let me see if I got a bunch of ones. Perfect. I do got a bunch of ones. Right. Let me know if they're following along. They're being engaged. All
Okay,
right.
got you.
Ready? When I click this arrow, oops. When I click this arrow, what happens? It's going to pop up. What is the biggest color that we see in there? Write it in the chat. What's the biggest color that we see in there? Well, there's 2 of them that actually equal out to be exactly the same. What are they writing, right?
Green, brown,
Green.
green, brown.
Perfect.
Green and
Green and brown. Good job. Good. Perfect. Okay. What does everybody think green is? You think it's a positive item or a negative item? Put it in the chat.
Positive, positive, positive.
Perfect. 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 So if we know that it's positive, let's come back to the top over here. Let's write this over here. Look where I'm putting. Hide positive items. Literally going to click this box over here. Boom. Now watch what's going to happen. I'm going to delete this.
Okay, we
Look at
have
this. Ready?
one question.
Yeah, we're going to hold off on questions right now.
Okay,
I'm holding off on questions right now. I want to get through this.
okay.
This is literally, we're dragging class out. I want to get through this right now. How many green items do we have over here? Put it in the chat, ladies and gents.
Two.
Beautiful. I saw somebody put it. Good job, William. Good job, Oscar.
2.
Good job, Tony. 2. Those are light greens. They're not those dark greens, but they're 2. Okay. I'm going to write on the screen where we're at over here. Ready? I want everybody to be over here and see this. This is box 1. This is box 2, 3, 4. This is the most important box in this software. When you're in this area, this is going to be your negative item number. I'm going to wait until we're done over here and we're going to go through this number. So when I click on a negative item on the bottom, it's going to go over there. Okay. Now, I want everybody to start doing this right over here. You see this? You see this first word? I want everybody to focus on the P. I want everybody to focus on the I. And I want everybody to write what type of reporting issue is this? Write it in the chat. What do you think it is? Oh, damn. Somebody got that real quick.
PI,
Good job. Perfect, William.
PI.
Let's go. Let's get engaged, guys. Come on. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. PI. Now I'm gonna go to the next one, but I'm gonna take this off like I'm gonna take off the bumpers like bowling. I want everybody to bowl a strike. Ready? Let's go. Go to the next one. What's the next one?
IQ,
Perfect. Got a bunch of
IQ,
IQs. Good job.
inquiry.
Good job. If they write it out, that's fine. So we
Yeah.
have PI on the top. We have IQ. Okay, let's keep going. Ready? Go to the next one. Okay. So now, if I were to go to 3, okay, I'm going to ask a question, see what everybody thinks over here. Well, I'm actually going to give you guys a thing, and I'm going to let you guys say, is this the same or is this different than the other one? What's same in the chat if it's the same? What if it's different?
Same. Same.
Same. Perfect. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to teach you something about the software. The software is awesome. Okay. The software color coordinates every negative item. So here's the cool thing, right? Anything that's in this brown color is going to be the same. Look at that. 15's the same. 21's the same. 28's the same. 34 is the same. 40's the same. Now I'm going to teach you guys something. There's 2 people that said there's 2 greens. 41 and 42 are both inquiries as well, but they're attached to accounts. And because they're attached to accounts, the software picks that up automatically. Okay? Because it picks that up automatically, we know that we need, excuse me, we know that we need to let the software do what it needs to. If you guys are not happy, you don't want to let it dispute, come down over here, right? And just click remove this content box. Watch. I'm going to do this over here. Remove this content box. Now 42 is gone. See? 42 is gone. It says 41 and 42 is gone. So let's go over here. Let's go to 87. Write it in the chat. What's 87? Ray, read it out.
No. A or D. Okay.
Okay. I'll write it out. Here we
Okay.
go.
A or
A O D L 1-2. So I'm going to write that up here. A O D L 1-2. The reason that we do that is we need to know how many late payments there are. We need to know what type of it. Is it a derogatory or delinquency? So we need to write everything out. So now that you guys see that, I don't think you guys are going to be making any other mistakes. Ready? Let's rock and roll. Let me get rid of that because that's going to give you a hack. Ready? Let's go. Let's go to 88. What's 88, guys? Why is it not going? Hold on. I got to get to 88. My bad. That's on me. 88. What's 88?
no.
Nothing yet.
No. SLDL sold 1-2 by 20. SLDL 3 plus.
Alicia got it. She's been here a while.
Mhm.
William got it. SLDL. Okay, but you got to add that 3 plus. Always remember, you got to add the 3. If there's a number in there, you have to add it. You have to add it. There's no skipping it. We have to add it. SLDL 3 plus.
SLDL 3 plus.
Perfect. Okay. Now, this is the one that's going to confuse everybody. Ready? 89. I wonder how many COs are we going to get?
Oh, Alicia got it.
Alicia's from here.
Okay. COI.
COI. Okay, good. Good. All right. So I had one person write COI. The one person that wrote COI hasn't been to class. This is his first class. This one, yes. If we were right, if that was right and the system color coordinated it like that, it would be COI, but it is AOCCY because it is all other collections charge off. Okay, and I'll show you that when we get back to the red, green, and blue boxes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we went through every single color on the screen. What color haven't we gone over? Please put it in the chat.
Red. We have gone
We're
through.
on red right now.
We have gone.
Thank you,
Alicia said
Alicia.
orange. Purple.
If you click orange. Oops. Come on. If I click orange, what's big? What's that? Oh, great. We've gone over orange because orange is an SLDL3 plus. I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom. What am I looking for at the bottom? This. Everything's a JPEG. Everything's labeled correctly. Now, for you guys that are doing this on your computers, rename all your documents. Rename them to something that you know what it is. Why? You do not want to keep a document that you do not want to know what it is. If it says image, it's not going to do you any good. If you rename it with the first name, last name, and say ID, first name, last name, social security card, first name, last name, proof of address, you will never make a mistake. You will never make a mistake. But if you put image 123 or image 456, I'm telling you, people have sent images before that of stuff that you don't want to know. Okay? Because they didn't know what image it was and they just went through it. So for everybody that's here, know what you're uploading and make sure that it's perfect. If it's labeled, you'll never make a mistake. These are things that I'm telling you guys how to catch your mistakes so that you can never make a mistake in this software. Right? So now we'll finish that. We have all our information in the top right corner, right? Let's go create an attack letter, ladies and gentlemen. Who's ready to create an attack letter? Put a 5 in the chat if you're ready to create an attack letter. Perfect. Ready?
You get bunch of 5.
Let's go up. Top. I just clicked the word top. I'm going to come over here to client file at the top over here. I'm going to double check all the data, which I double check. Where do I get it? Where it says general settings at the top. I click client info and I make sure all my data is correct. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling everybody that's in here and in this room right now, if you do everything the way that I tell you, you will never make a mistake. You will submit your documents perfect every single time. This is not about speed. This is about perfection. I could run this software with perfection in 2 minutes at the most aggressive attack. You will be able to run this software within 2 minutes on the most aggressive attack. The only thing that will hold you back is your PC. Okay, let's go. General settings. I'm going to shut the AI off. I'm going to turn it back on. I'm going to reset it to the attack that we're at. And now I'm going to start filling it in. Look at this thing. I got this stuff in the corner that we've already written everything down, right? And we can go through everything. So what am I going to do? I'm going to turn off everything in red. Why? Because now I don't need any presets that the system put in. I have everything that it is. I have the most aggressive attack because I'm going to generate it myself. So what do? I follow the writing in the corner. I got PI. I got IQ, which is an inquiry. I got AODL 1-2 at the bottom. I have SLDL 3 plus right here. And I have AOCC right here. Do you guys now understand why I do the abbreviations the way that I do the abbreviations? You see how fast I selected those boxes. Put a 5 in the chat if you see how fast I selected those boxes. Yes, I write it down. I have the board for a reason. I write it down. I used to write it on paper. Then after paper, I used to write it in my phone. Then I created a list. If you're printing with us, ask us for a list. I created this red, green, and blue boxes. We have this list that you can run through it every single time. I made it so you laminate it and use it as a whiteboard. Why? Because speed is key. Speed is key with perfection. I could be fast if I have everything in front of me, right? Do me a favor, somebody in the chat, count how many boxes there is over here. How many green check boxes do we have? The ones that are checked. Fantastic.
Five.
I see it. I'm on the side of I'm on the side.
Okay.
Fantastic. Ready? How many credit bureaus are there? Tony's jumping ahead. Right? 3, right? 5 times 3 equals what, ladies and gentlemen?
We got 15 in the chat.
Okay, we got a bunch of 15s. Perfect. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
The only thing that we're changing in this box is the first box. We're putting 15 in the first box. The rest is default, default, default. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to count the green boxes. I'm going to times them by 3 credit bureaus. I'm going to change this to 15. I'm going to rock out. I'm going to change this to default, default, default. Why? Because that's what we do. That's it. This is one of the more aggressive attacks without getting into advanced methods. I click next after I set everything up. I click OK. I click include all 3 bureaus. Oops, include all 3 bureaus. I hit generate the letter. I'm done. That's it.